I feel like one of the things that take away the joy from traveling is you having to think about a lot of other things apart from the experience itself. You're too worried about the things that you're gonna bring, how to organize them, and where things should go. Organization and your storage is kind of like an afterthought. You still need to think about the itinerary, you still need to think about the places that you want to see, the hotels you need to stay in, every other detail except your organization process. I used to overpack a lot, and I realized that that contributes to a lot of stress, unnecessary overthinking and unnecessary worrying. In this video, I want to share with you how I generally thought of a simple system using some bags, slings, and travel essentials. Basically, like a system that helps me personally organize my travel essentials. So with that being said, I'll start first with the camera bag that I bring with me. So this is the wandrd Rogue Sling. This is a 6-liter camera bag, and by far this is my current favorite travel bag, sort of like travel sling. If you're like me, I know that you like taking photos and videos when you're traveling, but sometimes it gets really too bulky and it becomes bothersome, and you don't want to roam around with like a really bulky bag with you. I figured it would be great to invest in one of these. This wasn't sent to me. I bought this with my own money, but I'm really happy with it. So when you take a look at it, it has in the main compartment 3 sections where you can put your camera and some of your essentials, probably another lens. In my case, I put here my Sony a6400, which is the camera that I also bring with me on trips, but I'm using it right now to shoot me. And then here I can put like a microphone and my Insta360, and in here I can put either another camera or another lens. And that's pretty much it for the main compartment. Behind the main compartment, you have here sort of like an extra space that you can use to either put your iPad in or like a phone or something like that. And you also have here an additional zipper. Let me show you, where you can put some of the small things like chargers, or could be like SD card readers and all that stuff. It's a straightforward camera bag to use, and when you open it up over here, you have another sort of like storage where you can put your phone and other small essentials, small stuff. In the back, you actually have another section where I usually or normally put my Insta360 selfie sticks and like the mini tripod. And what I like about it is that it's not really bulky, and it's very convenient to bring with you whenever you're traveling, and it's very convenient because you don't need to carry a whole backpack in order for you to just shoot and capture moments, right? Because that's what's most important about traveling. And you see this part over here, you can actually put a tripod in it. So I have here the video tripod, Ulanzi tripod that I bring with me whenever I travel, and actually I also use it on a daily basis to shoot videos, but I also want to bring it with me. So all I have to do is to just put it here in front and basically just sort of like put the tripod like this, right? So it's easier. Honestly, it's like such a breath of fresh air because I don't really need to think about a lot of things. And I don't really need to think about accessibility. For example, if I want to shoot something, I can just grab it and then you can shoot, and then you can easily just put it back. And that's what makes this sling bag special, because it's really made for people who want to bring their cameras on trips, and it's specifically made for creators and people who want to just put all of their minimal gear inside a small form factor bag. And the next thing that I want to talk about passports, because whenever you're traveling, you always want your passports to always be with you. I know how hard it is to not be organized when you're traveling. You're always constantly worried about where your passport is going. This is the Ark bifold wallet from Alpaca Gear. They sent this over to me, so this is where I put my passports. And what I like about this one is that it's straightforward to use. It's made of an X-Pack kind of like material, and it's also weather resistant and waterproof. So in it, I have my passport and I have this small notebook. It's an Orbit Key notebook for note taking. This is what I use to keep track of schedules, or if I want to note something down while I'm on a trip, then this is what I'll use. Let's talk about how nice the interior is on this one. It has this bright orange, sort of like high-vis interior. It's like a clear division. Here you can store a few cards. Like I have here my octopus card. For people who go to Hong Kong, it's very useful. You can also put your room key card here, probably like an ID of some sort, and then you even have another storage here, like this one. In here you can put another, like probably your boarding pass or another sort of like passport or anything you like to put. I like my passport to be over here, and I like my notebook here. So I like this kind of setup. And this is the next one that I like to bring, and this is a zip travel wallet, also from Alpaca Gear. And this one is quite interesting because it's designed to have your papers inside, and it's very useful because you can actually store your boarding pass either inside or outside. You can even put your passport here for easy access, like this. And you can also put some cards inside. You can actually put some cards inside, and it has a nice bright orange interior. Again, I like having bright orange interiors. I like having interiors that are high vis because it's easier for me to find some of my stuff. Most of them are black. It's made of a nylon kind of like ripstop material, and it's also weather and water resistant. And I really like its design because you can actually protect everything inside. It's also easy to zip up and down. So this is actually a pretty handy storage solution, storage organizer for all of your travel documents. This is another recommendation. Next thing that we want to talk about is our charging setup. I recently got hands of this super cool 3-in-1 charger. It charges my phone, charges my AirPods, and it charges my watch at the same time. And this is from Cooksu, and it's called the X40. It's like a foldable charger, and I like its form factor because it's pretty much foldable. You can bring it anywhere with you. It's not really heavy. I like putting it beside my bed whenever I travel. And I also just bring with me this small charging brick. This is from Oki, and 2 charging cables. One I use to charge my camera batteries, and one I use to charge something else that needs to be charged with USB-C. Another thing that I always bring is this MagSafe charger. This one is from Chart. It's called IceMag. And this one is basically sort of like a fast charger for your phone. It carries like 10,000 milliamperes of power. And if you're running out of juice and you're away from your hotel or you're away from place of charging, you can just bring it with you. It's flight friendly. It's safe to bring with you in airplanes. And basically these 2 items, you know, very helpful when you're traveling. Small form factor chargers and 2 emergency cables. I'm okay. I'm good. So for worry-free traveling, one of the things that you can bring with you to make it less of a hassle for you to carry things around is a sling bag. And I also want to feature something from Alpaca Gear as well. This is the Go Sling Mini version 2. What I like about this one is that it really carries a lot in a very small form factor. If you're traveling and you bring your camera bag with you, and then suddenly you want to go out at night, probably just have dinner or just stroll around the neighborhood without you having to bring all of your camera gear, then you need a sling bag. What the Go Sling Mini 2 offers is a lot of room for a very small form factor. So once you open it up, it has this little divider that basically divides this sort of like soft compartment over here where you can put like probably an iPad or a notebook. And then inside you have space for either a phone or a power bank. And in front you have here like a key holder. So I always bring with me my keys, even if I'm going abroad or even if I'm traveling, because this sort of like key organizer from Orbit Key, which I featured so many times before, it also has this sort of like multi-tool, which is particularly handy when you're trying to, you know, kind of like DIY some things, open a bottle of beer or something like that. And I also have here my sort of like key holder for opening iPhones if ever I need to change some SIMs or something like that. And you can actually just easily remove it like this. The material of this sling bag, they call it the X-Pack and it's sort of like a weatherproof, waterproof kind of like fabric. I've always been a fan of it because, you know, it just feels very sturdy. It's like, you know, it's like you can't scratch it, you can't, you know, destroy it or like burn it. You can't slash it also. It feels very sturdy. And again, I'm a fan of orange and high-vis interiors because most of my stuff are black. And in here, I just basically store all of my small items, like, you know, oh, there's a random AirPods here. Yeah, but also in the back, you can also have like a small space for easy access for like items like your wallets or I guess like AirPods, for example. You can just put them here. I also want to comment on this really super cool sort of like lock mechanism for their bags. They call it the Fid Lock. It says here Fid Lock. It's easy to just remove it with just one sort of like pull like that, and then there you go. Just pull it like that, and then it's magnetic, and it's pretty cool to have, pretty convenient. They also have like these really nice sort of like seat belt kind of like, you know, strap for your bag. I would highly recommend this if you're traveling, and even if just going about your regular daily routines. It's pretty awesome. So, the camera geek. Recently, I've been falling in love more and more with photography, street photography. Photography has always been my hobby, and very recently, I picked up again a camera from a while ago that I got when I was still in college. It's the Leica d-lux Type 109 camera, and I was able to rekindle with it, play with it for a while. I like its form factor. It's pretty small. It's just perfect for street photography. Perfect for people who like to have a feel, sort of like a rangefinder kind of feel for a camera. It only has 13 megapixels, but you know, nobody cares about that anymore, right? Photography is photography. You can sure take photos with your phone, but something about taking photos with your phone takes away kind of like the joy of what photography really brings to the table. I normally just shoot in auto with this one. It's literally a point and shoot camera, and it makes me feel excited about just capturing the moment, not thinking about the settings, not thinking about, oh, the exposure, not thinking about a lot of things. It's a quick tool to preserve the memories, which is the most important thing whenever you're traveling. I actually like doing videos like this. It's very casual. It's like I'm just talking to you. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys have any other recommendations for traveling worry-free, or like, you know, travel EDC stuff, just follow me on Instagram, or you can just message me. This is my Instagram. You can also follow me on TikTok. You can also follow me on Facebook, ark.curate, and yeah, I'll see you guys again in the next video, and I hope that you guys learned something from like my little banter. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys again in the next one. Cheers!